maybe by the thumbnail, you all got a little bit of an idea of what today's video is about, but it's also a little bit of a twist. So there is the recent documentary, Buy Now, a shopping conspiracy, but my twist about all that is what I'm calling the don't buy now minimalist theory. And we're going to talk about all the kind of shopping ploys, but also minimalist non-shopping things that we all seem to discuss as minimalist creators here on YouTube. And I'm gonna really put my perspective on it because I don't think it's always clear and plain sailing. For instance, let's talk about the minimalist thing first. Around this time of year, we always see loads of people doing the no buy year. Now, whilst I do believe that that is a really good strategy to have, especially if you've had problems with perhaps shopping addiction and things in the past, sometimes, unless you specify certain areas of what you are going to do a no buy in, it is just completely, shall we say, not just impractical, but also unrealistic. I once did attempt to do a no buy year, and I did go about 5 months before something, as is usually the case in life, cropped up that I did require because something broke. So I think really what we mean when we say no buy is no buy providing we absolutely don't go anywhere and nothing goes wrong, because obviously new places that we perhaps travel to might mean that we need new things to go there. And although we can all do our best to thrift things, sometimes there are situations where we can't. Now, let's talk about the no buy and the sales as well, because obviously we've currently just had Black Friday. Black Friday does sort of go on for a week, but then before we know it, we'll be into the January sales as well. And as a minimalist, we're sort of told by other minimalists, oh, don't buy anything, you know, minimalists shouldn't buy anything at all. And perhaps what I showed in last week's video is that it's just not realistic, and yet sometimes as a minimalist creator we get absolutely castigated and like punished in the comments for ever buying something new. I remember once at the beginning of my channel getting absolutely attacked for buying a new bag because they thought I was just constantly buying new bags, and it wasn't the case at all. They had perhaps gone through my videos and seen over sort of an 18-month span that I'd done 3 videos featuring 3 different bags, but they didn't go far enough into the video to realise that they were the 3 bags that I'd always had for about 5 years. And it's only when I really think that that bag is no longer serving a purpose or providing the purpose that I intended it for, because my lifestyle has perhaps changed a little bit or the use that I wanted it for has changed, that I allow myself to get something new. And I think the true essence of minimalism is a value. It means that we shouldn't be afraid to get something when we truly believe that we need it for our lifestyle. Otherwise, it is kind of like being minimalist and having very few items just for the sake of it, rather than what is best to have for our minimalist lifestyle and making it easy. A minimalist lifestyle, I agree, should be about making our life easier, not harder. And albeit, although I do lots of videos about extreme minimalism, I am not afraid to admit when I need something new, which is why I did last week's video showing the in and out process. But now we're going to talk about the sales too, because one thing that I also do as somebody trying to be a frugal minimalist, even more these days so that I can save up to go traveling, is I do sometimes take advantage of the Black Friday sales or the January sales, but I just don't go wild. I don't look on the sales sites and on the online shopping sites or even in the stores just for the sake of it, just in case I see a bargain. I have my pre-planned wish list that I keep all year, and this actually cuts down on shopping because I have my wish list on my notes on my phone, and every time I feel the urge of thinking that I want to buy something, I make myself put it on this list. And usually, depending on the amount that that item is worth, price-wise, depends how long I make myself wait. If it's a small purchase of something for perhaps £20, I make myself maybe wait 30 days. And if I still want it in 30 days, sometimes I allow myself to get it, although I evaluate how much I really need it versus want it. If it's perhaps something worth maybe £100 to £200, I might make myself wait 3 months to see whether it is still something I feel I need versus want then. Because often, as I'm sure you all know, things that we think we need versus want can have a habit of perhaps declining in how much we thought we needed them after a few weeks. Then if the item is worth sort of more than £300, sometimes I make myself wait 6 months to a year. And that is where we come to the next thing, which is what I use the Black Friday and January sales for as an online minimalist video creator. Cameras, tech, they're quite a lot of money to most of us, maybe even to everybody. Maybe even if you're, a millionaire, maybe you don't really quite like forking out for tech, because it is perhaps some of the most expensive items that we will buy in our home, in our lifestyle. But as a video creator, I only upgrade when I need to, or when I feel that something will really add value to my videos or to my lifestyle. So for instance, when the new AirPod Pros came out, I made myself wait a year before I sort of thought, actually, that would really add value to my life for the noise cancellation when I'm trying to concentrate and work. Now, I didn't actually buy these, my partner bought me them as a gift, but he still wanted to make sure that I really wanted them, and so did I, before I sort of let him buy me them as a Christmas present. So what I'm getting at is, I don't think that we all have to be worried as minimalists about sales. We just have to be prepared for the online strategies like the buy one get one free, the buy two get the third free. So basically what I'm getting at is, as minimalists, we don't have to be afraid of taking advantage of the Black Friday sales and January sales. We just have to be prepared, perhaps with a pre-prepared list of what we've already been thinking we might want for quite a long time, and not stray from that list. Not be fooled by the buy one get one free, or the buy two get the third free, or even the spend £50 and get a free gift. And even if you do want to take advantage of those strategies, ploys that the marketing industry are using, maybe think about the things that you are getting free as being gifts to save you money at a later date for perhaps family members that you do buy gifts for, so that that's not extra stuff coming into your home. I know that even I, as somebody who is a pretty extreme minimalist, I like to sometimes take advantage of the Black Friday sales. It is when I will get some of my tech items that I require for work the cheapest, but I bear that in mind all year, and I go easy with the buying or shopping for the rest of the year so that I can buy the odd thing in the Black Friday sales, like my camera, like a tech bag. So my minimalist theory of shopping conspiracy is really that, as minimalists, and this may be an unpopular thing to say, but we don't have to be afraid of going online and shopping, even going in the stores and shopping, because they still have point of sale, product packaging and ideas to try and get us to buy more. Perhaps we can avoid falling for almost some of these scams, shopping scams, when we shop. If we're prepared and we're aware of their existence, perhaps it can stop us doing it. For instance, my biggest one that I believe is absolute scamming are when retailers will, especially online, say things at the bottom like with the pop-ups, last one available. It's often not the last one available, and it's just getting us to act quickly under the scarcity mindset that if we leave it a week and think about whether we really want to buy the item, they're worried we may change our mind, which we might, which is a strategy for being more minimalist, obviously writing it on a list like I've said, but they want us to buy it now and to scare us into buying it now. But often it's not true. It is often still available. I would bet my bottom dollar it is still there and it is still available in a week's time. So don't be fooled by those strategies. But also, don't be scared as a minimalist to think that you can never buy anything, that you have to avoid all sales, especially if you're trying to save a little bit of money. That being said, You don't have to do a no buy, you don't have to not buy. You just have to be a little bit more savvy about how we buy and when and what. I hope you've all found this video useful. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!